Morning guys, I just wanted to make this quick video as a follow-up to my last one, which was entitled something like 11 months sober and having suicidal thoughts. So I just wanted to make this follow-up to first of all tell you where I'm at, and more importantly to talk about it's really crap when we have these brain farts, and I'm not too sure if we can actually stop them happening. I kind of believe we can. I think it's just something we need to go through. But more importantly, what I want to talk about now is when you come out of it and how quickly you come out of it. You know, you seem to fall into it. One day you've got your shit together, the next day the arse drops out of it for some reason, and we don't really know why. But it's the same for coming out of it, which is really important for you to know. It's not a next day thing, but it's a really quick thing. So long story short, I had 3.5, 4 months of bliss, just perfection basically. And then for whatever reason, and I can't put my finger on why, I've got a couple of personal life issues going on. Nothing dramatic whatsoever, just life stuff. I'm looking for work, but financially we're secure, you know, I've got no massive worries. But for whatever reason, you know, I started to slump, and it's quite a slow process because it manifests itself in different ways and different things throughout this particular one for me lasted about 3 to 3.5 weeks. And it starts with a little bit of negative thinking creeps in, just about general stuff. You kind of get sorry, I'm speaking for me personally. I kind of get this, what's it all about feeling, is it worth it? Now this has got nothing to do with drink. I'm not thinking I want to drink, but obviously my 20 plus years of alcoholism have caused this. And as I keep saying, we've put the alcohol to bed now, but now I'm dealing with the other stuff that's left over. So the negative thoughts come, I'm aware of it. Now for me, what happens after that is, in a period of having a couple of days of just feeling a bit meh, you know, and kind of waiting for you to kickstart yourself, that kickstart doesn't happen. And then for me, the bad eating starts. Now, it's quite strange really how that happens for me, because it's not a massive, it's quite a gradual thing. I come off the path I'm on, which is I don't diet, I just eat. I've got a healthy-ish sort of eating pattern. But I do have a pretty set routine. Now what first thing that happens is that routine breaks, so I might miss a breakfast, I might miss a dinner, you know, it's little things like that. And then what happens is I start eating the wrong stuff. And I do not keep myself hydrated, and that's a massive thing. And I always seem just to forget it. I don't know if it's psychological and I do it on purpose, but I'll just stop drinking fluids. Now, of course, that's one of the worst things you can do. So on top of that, I start to eat sugary stuff, just crap food. Best way to do it is junk food, isn't it? It's tasty stuff, you know, that stuff packed full of calories and other bad stuff. And I do this for a couple of days, but in my mind, it's saying, you know, you've lost 70 pounds. You deserve a little treat now and again, but it's not a treat. You know, well, it is what it is. And then from there it goes to binging, proper binging, where I could just do a full day on like sweets and stuff and not eat anything substantial or warm even, whilst not drinking liquids. So as you can imagine, but again, what I don't realise is the effect that has on my brain. So basically, you start to wake up. You kind of go to bed thinking, all right, I'll try to get a bit of my control back. I'm sorry, not control, my routine back tomorrow. But of course you wake up with such a shit head on you, and you just can't be arsed, and you just Groundhog Day again. It's just like it was with the drinking, exactly the same. It's that same thought pattern, that same thought process we all go through. And then I start to get a real downer, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm in a real shit place, and you keep trying. Well, I say you try to get out of it. You want to mentally get out of it, but I don't really think I don't put the effort in when I should. And then I get the dark thoughts come, which obviously we posted about that last video, suicidal thoughts. Now again, this is not about anything dramatic about killing myself. It's just knowing that suicide is a way out. It's always an option I have, which is ridiculously sick thinking, I know, but you know, what can you do? You just got to deal with these things, haven't you? As it goes on. So yeah, that lasts for about, or that lasted for about three good days. And it's a real shit place to be. As I say, we're not, you know, I'm not contemplating death. It's nothing like that. It's just getting to that sort of all-time low where you think, well, you know, what's the point in being here? You know, that kind of thing, and it's ridiculous. So that's probably that's the whole brain fart sort of described there for probably about 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks, and that's it. It's very worst for me. It doesn't get any worse than that, because I wouldn't let it get any worse. I think that's important to say. I tend to dwell and wallow, not dwell, I tend to wallow in it a little bit. It's that now, there, feeling sorry for myself kind of thing, or patting myself on the back, on my head even. You know, I'm just going, oh, everything will be all right. You know, just you're not doing any. You're not. Another thought process is, well, you're not drinking. You don't want to drink, so you know this is a short term thing, which again is wrong. But then something changes for me, and this is a bit I really want to talk about. It's when whatever wording you want to use, the penny drops back into place or whatever. I like that. That happens. Now, I don't know why that happens. I'd love to take credit for it and say, yeah, I make that happen. I honestly don't think I do. I think it just takes its course, and I go through this little period of shitness. And then, I do apologise, I've come off a run, I'm really sweaty. And then, yeah, it just, something breaks and it changes. And although it's a slow process, you know, I know instantly that I've gone down the big rabbit hole, and you can feel, I can just about feel when it kind of plateaus, and you know you're kind of not going to sink any lower. But then I sit there a little bit waiting for it to come out. But as I say, when that happens, I know instantly, and it's like, this is good. Now, it's not a dramatic change. It's just something in my head that says, right, I can see the light, or I can feel the light at the end of a tunnel now. And from that point on, things get better daily. And it's really, really good. And that's what I want to talk about, because it's so important that everyone knows this. Because we're all going to, when we've abused our bodies and brains for so many years, you know, you can't expect it to fix that quickly. I've had, in coming up for 12 months sober, I've only had 2 of these. Now, I had little brain farts at the beginning, like we all do, but this is different. These are 2 proper brain fart slumps, as it were. So, and this one lasted 3.5 weeks, and I think months 6 to 7 was another one, which lasted about 3 weeks. So in almost a year, well, sorry, in 11 months and a week, or whatever it is, sorry, 11 months and 10 days sober, I've had a period of 6 pretty shit weeks. That ain't bad, is it? That ain't bad at all. So I can't really grumble. So what starts to change physically with me is, once I always use this my little thing is, I never let I've got a saying, keep it lit, and I equate it to having a pilot light inside us. You can never ever let that go out. When you're in the zone, that pilot light's up at full flame, you know, and everything's great. Obviously, as you start to empty the gas, the flame goes down to a pilot light. You can never let that pilot go out, because for me, if that pilot did go out, I would probably end up relapsing. So it's really important that you know what your limits are, because, as I said, I wallowed a little bit, but if I knew, I can honestly say this hand on heart, if I knew the pilot light was going to go out, I would have worked harder to make sure that didn't happen. But in the back of my mind, I knew that wasn't the case, and I did wallow in it, which is not the right thing to do, but it's kind of what I do. But yeah, that's what happens, and as you're climbing out of this, your flame, your mojo, you know, it comes back and it starts like that, and then it just grows and grows and grows. and it's such a fucking great feeling because you know you're getting back on track. So for me, obviously the dark thoughts, they just fuck off back to the fucking hellhole they came from, and fingers crossed that'll be it for a long time now. All of it, then I start to the eating starts to calm down. You know, it's not overnight again. You know, you just don't eat as much. You add a little bit of for me, I added a smoothie in there for a day or two, and then I got back to my normal breakfast and things like that. It's just, and it took me around about 3 days to get back from when I started to look at me eating again. It took me only took me 3 full days. So on day 4, I was right back in my eating pattern. Now obviously, because I'm not taking in these refined sugars and the fats and whatever else, you just wake up in such a better place anyway. You know, you're feeling a lot better. And I think we're on Wednesday, the 27th now. I think on the it was yesterday morning I woke up and I just had this, boom, I'm back. That's how I felt as soon as I got out of bed. That might sound a little bit vague, but honestly, that's what I felt. It's like, fuck me, yes, it's fucking over, I'm back. Went downstairs, and I was like, it was about half 6 in the morning, and I was like, right, let's get out for my morning exercise. And it was just that fucking zest for life is back, you know? It's like, right, I've got a plan, and this is what I'm going to do. It's a fucking great feeling. And again, today, the morning, you know, it just gets stronger and stronger. What I also have done, once I start to control the eating, that makes me want to exercise again, because I've within this 3.5 week period, I've piled on the weight. I didn't even dare weigh myself. My weighing day is Friday. I didn't even dare weigh myself last Friday, which is a bit wrong. But the week before that, I'd put 8 pounds on. So yeah, so my weighing day is this Friday, and that'll be a line in the sand time for me, because I'll know exactly what I've put on. And what I've got to lose to take back off to get back to where I was, and then continue on my journey to hopefully lose another bit of weight. But again, the exercise for me, you know, it's awesome. I went back to basics. I'm a little bit odd, as most of you know, and I equate it to a boxing training. I go into this real zone when I'm coming out of it. It's like the blinkers come on and I can only see forward, and it's like, right, I really want to get on this. I really want to fucking get this flame back up, and I start to push myself with the exercise. So as I say, I went back to basics this time, and I come back to a local reservoir where I walk around, and I've just got a set route, and it's only 3.5 miles. But I thought what I'll do this week is I'm going to do the same route all week, and I'm going to see what time I can knock off it. And it's a fast pace. Well, it's not fast pace. It's rapid walking, rapid for me. Stroke trying to run into some jogging, and then when I'm out of breath, you know, back to walking pace. So I've done 3 days of that now, and just to show you, the first day was fine. I did it in 58 minutes, which was okay. That was quite a quick time actually for me at my walking pace. But then the second day you go and it's like, right, I've got to improve on that. And I knocked 5 minutes off of it. Now 5 minutes off a 3.5 mile walk isn't too bad really. And then on day 3 this morning, I've just come on, and obviously this morning there was more running and whatever. And I've knocked 10 minutes off that first time, which is absolutely awesome. I've also just put in my all time. So that's since I started recording my fitness, and this goes back, I don't know, 6 years. I've just recorded my fastest 5 kilometres at 43 minutes or something, which for an athlete is shit, but for me, that's fucking awesome. So now I've just got this I'm very competitive, and I can be very competitive with myself, which I love. So, you know, now I'm thinking for tomorrow on how I'm going to beat it. So I just want to say I'm fucking back. It's a fucking great place to be. Sorry for swearing. But just for you guys out there who may be struggling or going through a brain fart now, it will pass. You know, it will pass. Only thing you got to worry about is if that pilot light goes out, then you've got to do something a lot more drastic. You can't just sit there and wait for it to pass. But if you're like me and you've got a really good hold on the drink, then it is going to pass, and you're going to come out of it a lot stronger. And life is good, my friends. Life is very, very good. Really happy. So I just thought I'd share that. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.